Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of College Hockey Talk. On today's podcast, I'm joined by Northeastern women's hockey player Alina Mueller. Alina is a Hockey East champion, a Beanpot winner, and also a Patty Kazmaier finalist in 2020. Welcome to the podcast, Alina, and thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And obviously, your team made it all the way to the national championship game and lost. Have you had time to fully process what just happened, and what are you reflecting on now?
Yeah, a couple days passed since the final, and I had to travel right away back to Switzerland. So I had a lot going on. I had to move out of my dorm, and we had to catch up with all the schoolwork. So I had enough to do, so it wasn't that hard to like process it, I would say. And yeah, I feel pretty good right now.
Now, last time Northeastern was in the tournament, you couldn't play. Did you learn anything from being out of that tournament that helped you for this year's tournament?
I mean, yeah, it was a big motivation to get there again. Yeah, to work hard the whole season, to make it happen, and to get to the Frozen Four. So, yeah, we were definitely very hungry to get there, and yeah, I'm very proud how far we've come.
Now, before the tournament started, your team had a great regular season record. What was the key for maintaining that success throughout the regular season?
Well, it was a very special season, of course. This past season, we just knew we had to take day by day. We weren't sure if we are gonna play on the weekend, if we can practice regularly and stuff like that. So we were really just trying to take day by day and make the most out of it. And yeah, then since the new year, we were really able to play regularly, and we just kept the same philosophy. And we worked hard every game, every week, and we kind of got into a flow, and that made it definitely easier. But we just never lost sight of our goal, and of course we had a really good goalie in the back that really helped us win every game.
Yeah, talk about Erin Frankel's play throughout the season, and what was your reaction when she won the Patty Kazmaier Award?
Well, yeah, her season was another awesome season. I mean, the past 2 years were already so great, and she got even better this year. She just shows up every day, every game with her best self and her best performance. That's really something I look up to. And yeah, overall, she's just such a great person, a great friend, and I'm so very happy that that she won the Patty Cass, and she's the most deserving player out there, and I'm just really happy and thankful that I can be her friend.
Yeah, and your team also was the number one ranked team throughout the regular season as well. How did you handle the pressure of being that number one seed? And since there was a lot of outside noise that comes with that ranking and a lot of expectation that comes with that ranking as well.
Yeah, I would say the only feeling I really felt was just pride. I was really proud that Northeastern got the number one seed. As I said, really worked hard for it. I think we earned it, and we tried to prove the whole nation that we deserve number one. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun to represent the Huskies like that.
Now, you were mentioning earlier how you had to adjust to many schedule changes throughout the season. How did you mentally stay prepared for all those changes and postponements that happened to your schedule? And what was the key for maintaining flexibility for this season?
It was definitely one of the toughest seasons I've ever played in, especially mentally, as you said. And I think we just tried from very early on to form a unit, to form a family that can stick together, that can lean on each other, that supports each other. Because obviously not everybody had the best day every day, and we just tried to support each other and be there for each other, and try to be grateful and thankful to get the opportunity to be on the ice, to be together, to be able to play games. And I think that really helped us just stay in the moment and try to enjoy as much as we can. And yeah, I think it worked out really well, and we had good leadership, and also the coaches did a really good job keeping us in the moment and holding us accountable.
Now, talk about your leadership. You're obviously a senior. How would you evaluate your leadership skills from this past season? And are you more of a vocal or lead by example type of player?
I would say I'm more a lead by example type of player. I try to be more vocal now. I mean, it's not that easy with the language. It's not my first language, English, but yeah, um, I try to lead on both sides. But especially just the way I carry myself through the day, the values I live by. I really try to embody them, and really just try to represent the Huskies the best way I can and be there for my teammates.
Now, something else that was introduced to college hockey this year was 3-on-3 overtime. My question to you is, as an offensive player, what was it like to have more space on the ice and have more opportunities to score goals in those overtime situations?
Yeah, personally, I really liked that format better. Um, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think maybe we might only have one overtime. I'm not even sure anymore. But yeah, we also practiced it a couple of times, and yeah, that much ice um, to have is yeah, very cool as an offensive player, of course. And yeah, I hope they keep it, and we will have some highlight reel overtimes next season.
Definitely. And does those situations make you more defensively sound? Because if you make one little defensive mistake, it can cause an odd man rush for the other team.
Yeah, I think, as I said, you can kind of practice the 3-on-3 a little, and yeah, you have to be smart and careful, but you also um, have to be able to like react quickly in transition, and to get into that open space and use an odd man rush and opportunity. Um, I mean, if you watch the NHL, they go back and forth, and big players miss great chances, and then on the other side, the puck goes in. So yeah, it's 50-50 as well, but there's definitely more room for good decisions than in a shootout.
Now, what was it like to play this year without any fans? And was that an adjustment for yourself?
Yes, to be honest, at the beginning, I mean, we missed our band, our fans from the school, but otherwise we didn't really have that many fans during the season anyway. But then when we got to the Frozen Four, and really we're able to have a couple like family members and friends in the stands and fans in general. Yeah, it was such a big difference, and that's where I like noticed it the most, that we really missed them the whole season through.
Now, I want to start off now talking about the Hockey's playoffs before the national tournament. In the second game of the Hockey's playoffs, you played UConn. What challenges did UConn bring in that game, and how did you try to go against some of those challenges? Because it was obviously a very close game.
Yes, they played very well. I think they analyzed us very well. They did a good video on us, and tried to kind of beat us um, with with their systems, and also during the game they adapted their forechecking against us, for example, to make it harder for us to break out pucks. Then they're a very fast skating team as well. Um, I mean, we knew they're gonna bring their best game, and then we know if we bring our best game, we're gonna beat them, and we just try to be patient. And again, Aaron had a really good game. Yeah, in the end, I think we deserved the win.
Yeah, and talk about the goal that Chloe AR scored late in the third period that helped her team make it to the Hockey's finals. And what was your reaction to it, especially since it was shorthanded?
Oh yeah, that was the one with Skylar's passing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we were strong on the PK the whole season through, and already the past seasons. I mean, Skylar's skating ability is just insane, and whenever we kind of get the puck in the PK, like we try to be aggressive, and then if we get it back, we just try to look if somebody's open. because I know Skylar will go into the rush, and so I kind of tried to keep the puck and give it to her, and then yeah, she made an unbelievable play, and Chloe came up clutch one more time.
You then beat Providence in the Hockey East Finals. Talk about winning your fourth Hockey East title, and what did that mean to you?
After this season, it actually meant a lot. Um, I mean, yeah, just going through the whole season with this team, and then finish well with the title is obviously very very nice, very rewarding. Um, yeah, it was another good game, and we were able to like decide it pretty early on, so we were able to really enjoy the game. So that was very cool, and yeah, but also after that final, we knew like we were not done yet. That was not where we wanted to get to. So we were not really celebrating. And yeah, we just kept going.
Now, what was your mindset heading into the tournament this year?
I mean, we were doing the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you said, we were number one seed, so that was really exciting, and we were so motivated, and um, we were just really happy and thankful to get there, because we knew how much it hurts to get it taken away from us last year. So yeah, that was just we couldn't wait to get going and play and I was just so proud to be there with the Northeastern jersey with my teammates and show our best hockey.
Now, in the first game of the NCAA tournament, you played Robert Morris. What did you overall take away from that game, especially since that's a team that you normally don't play in the regular season?
Yeah, that was also one thing we were very looking forward to playing other teams than our conference. Um, and yeah, we knew they were a really good team. They won their conference, and we had to show our best game. Yeah, from the puck drop, and it took us a little while to maybe adjust. Yeah, to that level, and but then it was a really good start, and got us prepared for the Frozen Four, and yeah, it was just great to be there, and I enjoyed every second.
Now, in the Frozen Four, you played Minnesota Duluth. You guys were down by 2 goals heading into the third period. What was the message in the locker room in the second intermission?
I mean, we knew we were gonna have a power play at the beginning of the third period, and that was one thing the coach emphasized. Like we had to get one early, and we usually know if we get one, the second one is gonna come. So we were not worried at all, and we just knew we had 20 more minutes. We have plenty of time. Once again, we just have to come together as a team, and we knew we can play better than how we started that game. So we knew there was something left in the tank, and yeah, we got the momentum back, and then we went in a flow, and yeah, we got the win at the end.
Yeah, in that overtime, Skylar Fontaine scored that great overtime winner goal. And one thing, I was talking to one of your teammates, Maureen Murphy. She was saying how Skylar had 18 shots basically in that game, however, couldn't score. And you were just telling her during the overtime, just shoot, shoot, shoot. What was your reaction when she finally got that overtime goal? Because it seemed like it was going through slow motion watching it from my TV.
Yes, it was a great play from Skylar. Yeah, she played very well the whole game already, and I'm really happy for her that she could top that with the OT winner. I was actually just, I think, getting off a shift, and the bench was really tight, so I couldn't really see the ice. So I watched it up in the on the video board. So for me, it was the same as for you. I'm watching it on TV, and then I just kind of heard it. It got like silent, and then once it got over the red line, over the goal line, we were yeah, just screaming, very happy, and then celebrating.
Now, in that overtime, it was very physical. You guys were kind of going back and forth with the physical play. How do you try to combat some of that physical play against, especially against teams in the WCHA where that's what they're known for?
Yeah, I mean, I personally played so many years with the boys. I'm used to playing physically, and So I was actually pretty happy and pleased that the refs were letting us play, as long as it was fair, of course. So yeah, that was also one thing we tried to prepare for, just stay on our feet, to get our head up, and then yeah, to just not retaliate, but be there and show what you got.
Now, playing in the national championship game, how do you handle the nerves of playing in that big game? Because you've played in many big games before yourself, with the Olympics, the Hockey Championship, and the Beanpot. So, how did the nerves from the national championship game compare to those other games you played in before?
I mean, it's all about preparation. If I feel like I'm prepared for it, if I feel like I did everything I can before that game, I'm completely calm, and ready to go. And that was the case, fortunately, before the final game. And yeah, I think many of our players on the team felt the same way. Of course, the younger ones are a little more nervous, but one more time we came together as a team, supported each other. But yeah, compared to World Championships or Olympic Games, yeah, it meant about the same for me. It was such a great tournament, especially because you went through this the whole year with the same team, and then you can finish it off with such a cool tournament. That's definitely very special, and just means a lot.
Now, heading into overtime in the national championship game, what was the message heading into the locker room? Because obviously, you guys scored a quick goal right after Wisconsin scored in that third period to bring it to overtime.
Yes, we knew we can score on them. We just um, didn't really try to change anything. Yeah, we everybody knew like what's at stake. Everybody knew that like it needs one more goal, and we can be a champions. Yeah, we just left it all out there, and everybody can be so proud of themselves because yeah, we did everything we can.
Now, you unfortunately lost that game in overtime. What emotions were going through your head after that goal was scored, especially since it was kind of a weird goal because it hit off the defenseman and in the net, and like no one really knew what happened?
Yeah, fortunately for me, I didn't see the goal. I came off a shift, and I kind of sat backwards on the bench because like I needed to breathe and there was no room, and then all of a sudden it got like really quiet on our bench, and I heard the other side cheering very loud, and that's when I knew we got scored on, but I had no idea how. So um, yeah, of course, it was just like a little heartbreaking, and um, just because we were so close and we had a couple of chances to win overtime, and yeah, but as I said before, um, it was one of the easier losses to accept, because we knew we prepared and we gave it all. We left our hearts out there. We fought for each other, and that's all you can ask for in the end.
Yeah, and overall, what do you take away from this past year?
A lot. It was a huge experience. Definitely a season I will never forget, and not because of COVID only. Um, but it's yeah, especially I think how much how much you can bring if you really feel connected to the team, if you really feel like a family. Um, no matter the circumstances, we showed up every day, and we made it happen, and also I think it just brought another level of gratitude um, to the game, and all the staff members and the school, and Boston to just let us play, and give us this opportunity, and yeah, that's something I will carry forever with me.
Now, I want to transition and talk about before you went to Northeastern. So you're from Switzerland. What's it like growing up there, and how did you start playing hockey?
Um, so I mean, when I started, I had no idea about women's hockey. I just started with the boys because we don't have like junior women's leagues here, only like A leagues. So yeah, I just started in my hometown because we were living right next to a rink, and we were skating a lot with my family, with my brother and my father, and then I saw these little kids with their gear, had practice after like an open ice session, and so yeah, I wanted to go there, and I asked if I can join them the next day, and they said yes, of course. And I was so fascinated by the gear, of course, by by the cool stuff, and then um, I really liked it, and um, yeah, I stayed in the game since then. And I even so my brother like started after me, so I even like took him kind of into the sport, and we both played handball and soccer before, or parallel to it as well. But hockey is the best sport.
Definitely, I agree with you on that. Who was your favorite player growing up? Because from my memory, I remember Jonas Hiller was a big player from Switzerland that played in the NHL. Was it someone like that?
To be honest, I was more like an hometown hero fan. I didn't really look too far because yeah, my family didn't come from hockey at all, so we didn't really know a lot about the NHL and about players playing overseas. Um, so we just kind of stick with the players that are they're playing here, and that I can go watch every weekend and admire. That was like, yeah, the biggest and coolest thing for me. But then when I got a little older, um, I mean, Mark Streit was like one of the biggest Swiss hockey players we've ever had, and everybody was just so proud of him, and kind of him seeing dominating overseas was just something special as a Swiss hockey player. Um, and after that, yeah, Nathan McKinnon is um, by far my favorite player right now.
Nice. And was there any female hockey players you looked up to? Because I know Lara Stalder, she played in college hockey with Duluth. Was that someone you looked up to?
Definitely. It was one of the coolest things when I got to play with her the first time. Yeah, she was, and still is somebody I look up to, and she achieved so much in her career already. And now I can call her like a really good friend of mine, and that's just very nice. And I mean, also Florence Schelling. Is a really important player for Swiss ice hockey and female hockey players in general. Yeah, she gave a lot for hockey and for women's hockey, and yeah, I can call her a friend as well. And then she's a big mentor for me, um, and it's just so fascinating to see what she's doing also like nowadays.
Now, where did you play before Northeastern, and just talk about that experience?
Um, I think I only played one season with the women's team in Zurich, and before that I played with boys, and um, yeah, I just was very lucky with the coaches I had, letting me play with the at the high boys level. And of course, I learned so much from there, and that the game is so much faster. Um, but yeah, then in Zurich, it was the first time for me playing women's hockey, and I had to adapt to that game, and it definitely prepared me very well for college hockey.
Now, talk about your recruitment process, and why did you choose to come to America and play for Northeastern?
I mean, Um, I think I got contacted by a couple of schools and coaches after my first World Championships and Olympic Games. And at the beginning, I didn't really know yet if I want to go to college, if I want to go to the US. But I luckily made this decision um, to go to a sports high school where you get like the highest degree possible in high school level in Switzerland, and that made me like available or eligible to go play college hockey and pursue a college career. And so it was not until maybe my second um, or even my last year of high school that I actually decided that I wanna go to the States and play hockey there. And yeah, Northeastern was following me since the beginning. They were one of the first coaches reaching out to me, and I just kept in touch with them. And of course, Florence Schelling was there too, and she could only say great things about it. So I talked to her a couple of times as well, and then I was able to visit a couple of schools, and yeah, Northeastern made the race in the end because of how genuine the coaches are and how beautiful the city is.
Yeah, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make to college hockey? I guess was it the speed of the game, or was it just the mental side of the game, making quicker decisions with the puck, or was it also the ice surface? Because I know in Europe the ice surface is a little bit bigger than it is here in America.
Yeah, I think the ice surface is definitely one point that was different, but in past tournaments and we already played on smaller ice surfaces, and so that was not too big of an adjustment, I would say. I'm not really sure, honestly, what was the hardest thing for me. I think one thing is the back-to-back games in Hockey East, where you play like Friday, Saturday, the same team, or something like that, and that's mentally like pretty tough, and that's such a great experience. And yeah, to be able to beat a team twice is very hard and very good for the momentum in a season or for the team itself in general.
Now, last season you won a Bean Pot. Talk about winning that trophy, and what did it mean to you, especially since Northeastern didn't win it the previous 3 years you were there?
I mean, yeah, that was also one of the first things I heard about playing in Boston, playing in the Bean Pot. So yeah, the first Bean Pot my freshman year, we came up short in the semifinals already, I think. But the atmosphere was great already, so I knew how cool it would be to win that tournament. So in the second year when we won it in OT, it was of course even more special. And um, yeah, there is a lot of respect for that tournament, for the winner in Boston. So yeah, we enjoyed that status, I would say, and then it was, yeah, it's in general just a great tournament to win because many people know about it.
Yeah, what's it like being a player and playing in the Bean Pot, especially in that atmosphere? Because being from Boston myself, it's one of the coolest February Tuesdays of the year. What's it like being a player in that atmosphere, especially since you never really experienced it before you went to Northeastern?
The coolest thing is definitely the crowd. I mean, the second year it was at BU at Walter Brown, and the arena was packed. There were so many fans from BU, of course, and then even more from the Huskies in that final, and it was loud, and you felt like, yeah, you play the game of your life. It was um, just so amazing, and you can feel how much it means to the people there, and I'm just, yeah, so happy and grateful to be a part of it.
Now, you also played in the Olympics before. Talk about that experience and what was it like getting the chance to represent your country in that big of a stage?
Yeah, it was, of course, awesome. Both Olympics in Sochi and Pyeongchang um, were just an unbelievable experience, and yeah, wearing the Swiss jersey is always such a great honor. And of course, winning the bronze medal was even more special. Yeah, there are not too many people that can say they have an Olympic medal, and I was able to um, experience that at the age of 15. So it was very special. Yeah, overall, I really enjoy meeting and seeing other great athletes, the top athletes in the world. It just fascinates me, and then I love to kind of see what they're doing, to be around them, and I just try to soak it all in and be like a sponge and learn from everybody there.
Yeah, and being a 15-year-old in the Olympics, what's it like playing in that tournament at such young of an age? Because at 15, I wasn't doing that much. I was kind of just laying around my house, and you were obviously winning Olympic medals. So I guess talk about being so young and playing in that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, first yeah, I have to say that in Switzerland we don't have that many female hockey players, so it's definitely easier to make the team. Um, and I mean, yeah, I didn't really realize what was going on when I made the team, when I traveled to Russia, when I played in an Olympic game, when my parents kind of were able to see me on TV for the first time, really. Um, I think it was for everybody around me more special than for myself, because as you said, I was pretty young and I just played the game. I was there, yeah, playing hockey, what I did every day. But then, yeah, realizing and like looking back and winning a medal, um, yeah, it's something I will never forget, of course.
What's the process like? How do you make the Olympic team in Switzerland? Because I know it's different for each different countries.
Yeah, so one big difference is that we don't do the centralization the whole year. We just have our national team camps spread throughout the season. Usually one before the season, like August, and then one in December during Christmas break, and then there are a couple more in between, but only the players that are living here can go there. I mean, yeah, if you're in the US, you're not gonna travel during the season to play in a tournament. So usually, yeah, you're in the pool over kind of the year before, and then um, around December they're gonna announce the team, and then you have that one more tournament together to prepare, and then you go there and have a couple um, exhibition games. But yeah, that's it for us. We don't really have a lot of time together, so it's really important to build the team core like early on. Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah, is it going to be a little bit different next year because I know the Olympics are next year. So I guess is the process a little bit different because of the pandemic?
I actually don't know. We haven't really heard anything different. I think the one thing is they have to announce the team a little earlier than usually. Maybe, yeah, because of COVID protocols after that, and maybe vaccinations, and yeah, I don't really know yet. Right now we focus on the World Championship that is coming up in a month. So, and then after that, our focus will be on the Olympics.
Now I have to ask you about some of your teammates. One teammate you get to play with is Skylar Fontaine. She's obviously one of the best defensemen in Hockey East. What's it like playing with her, and just what's she like as a teammate, both on and off the ice?
I mean, yeah, I am living with her as well. She's my roommate and a really, really good friend of mine, and I'm just so very proud of who she is and how she carries herself through every day. She's one of the best players I know, one of the best defensemen I know, one of the best skaters I've ever seen. And of course, there are people that want to like bring her down or so yeah. But she's just always smiling. She's always showing the love for the game and giving everything for the team. And yeah, she just means so much more as a person for me than as a hockey player. And yeah, I just wish her the best, and I hope she can make the Olympic team for USA next year.
Yeah, I definitely hope that too. Now, another teammate I want to ask you about is Katie Noel. She really was one of my favorite players to watch for Northeastern this past year. Talk about her as a player and just what she like as a teammate, both on and off the ice as well.
I mean, Katie's just so strong. She's such a great shot, and she works her ass off every day. And I think it really starts to pay off, especially this season. She was able to create opportunities for herself every game, and showed that she's strong on her stick. And yeah, she makes players around her better. And I'm very proud of the path that she took. Um, I knew her since my sophomore year, since her freshman year, and then I'm very proud of who she's becoming. Also personality wise, she's the ultimate teammate, and yeah, I enjoy very much being around her, and get the chance to practice and play with her.
Now, another question I want to ask you is what should be done to help grow women's hockey, in your opinion, since you've been involved with it for most of your life?
I think a big part is bringing awareness and showing the people how much work you put in, how much love we show for the game, and that's just one thing I really wish people would see more or would recognize more, because usually only the top games are shown on TV, or only the top players are broadcasted, or things like that. But I have an older brother, and I know how much it takes to play on the NHL level. I know how much work they put in, and I can see that my teammates, everybody I've played with, and me myself, we put in the same amount of work, but don't get the recognition we deserve. And that's I think a great thing about college hockey, that you get the same treatment, the same amount of ice time, of equipment, of attention um, at school, like men's hockey and women's hockey. And I mean, we're at the rink kind of after or before our boys play, and they see like how hard we work, and they appreciate it, and they're very proud of us, and that's something I think is missing in other countries or at higher levels.
Now, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go to your teammates, friends, or family members?
Uh, um, I mean, I think the biggest thank you this year goes to our school in general. They did a hell of a job to make it happen for us, that we can be at the school, that we can go to Matthews Arena every day, that we can um, um, play games. Um, yeah, there was a lot of uncertainty before that season, and yeah, they gave us this opportunity, and we tried to give something back with make it that far, and bringing home a championship. And then, I mean, yeah, I really miss my teammates and being that far away from them. And I just hope they're all doing well, and I can't wait to see them all again.
Well, thank you so much, Alina, for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. I admire you a lot as a player and as a person off the ice, and you're one of my favorite players to watch, and I just want to let you know that. So thank you again for coming on the podcast. Take care, stay safe, and good luck in the World Championships with Switzerland.
Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate it, and it was very nice to be here.
Nice. Just one question before